Today on the show, I wanted to talk to you about something I've been doing my entire life. Mostly during moments I should be paying attention. Doodling. No, not that kind of doodling. Draw doodling. I doodle in meetings, I doodle on phone calls, I doodle while someone is explaining something important to me, nodding like I understand while secretly drawing a little worm with arms. I've always wondered if doodling is a sign of my brain working or if my brain's checked out completely. On one hand, doodling feels like a passive effort, but for some, doodling is their day job. That is why today I'm asking the question, doodling, daydreaming, or dream jobbing? Joining me today is someone who feels like a natural endpoint of a lifetime of doodling. He's a writer, animator, professional troublemaker, and the co-creator of the Adult Swim show, Mr. Pickles. Please welcome Will Carsola. Hey, Will.
How's it going?
It's going well. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, good to see you.
So co-creator of Mr. Pickles and artistic director at Liquid Death.
Creative director.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How did the whole Mr. Pickles thing get started?
Well, I come from doing live action sketch comedy as you do.
Yeah.
And, I would do animations on the side too.
Yeah.
I would animate in Final Cut. Actually, I figured out this weird, wonky way to animate. And anyway, 2012, when we pitched to Adult Swim, we had a live action show and an animated show. And Adult Swim didn't like the animated show we pitched, but they liked a little sizzle reel of animations I shared along with it, and they wanted us to come up with some animated show ideas.
So they were like, develop something.
They were like, give us 5 ideas. They can be like a sentence long.
Yeah.
And we'll pick one to develop. One of them was Mr. Pickles. And
was that your favorite?
No, it was our least favorite.
Oh.
Yeah. And we were like, okay, that's our least favorite. Can we write 5 more?
Yeah.
And they picked Mr. Pickles again. So then I love Mr. Pickles now, what it became. But at the time, it was more of a direct Lassie parody. So it was set in like the 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
And when it came down to it, we're like, we don't relate to this time period. So then we set it in modern day. And then all these like classic characters had these more modern, characteristics like hillbillies with earphones and stuff like that. And the whole world just exploded with all these characters.
Oh, cool.
And so that's kind of how it came to be.
I mean, isn't that like the fun of it is like, in a way, I mean, I think that's something you learn is that like, there is a part of like making art where it's, you gotta make what someone's going to pay you to make.
Mm-hmm. You also have to kind of like I'm sure you know this, you have to like trick your brain into coming up with the right idea by kind of taking the pressure off and having fun. At least that's what I kind of have to do. It's like coming up with a bad idea on purpose and then making that bad idea work.
Yeah, totally. Totally. That like figuring out how to frame that bad idea. And I mean, I feel like it's often that like I'm talking to people and they get so like caught up in like worried about bad ideas, like worried about pitching bad ideas, and it's like you have to
always
like,
pitch the bad ideas.
You have to, I always do this thing where I'll be like, this idea is like horrible, but I just have to get it out of my head,
right? Because you never know.
Just have to work through it, and
somebody else in the room might find something in it, and then it becomes this great thing.
Astonished at how many times I presented something like it was a bad idea and people were like, no, that's actually great. And it became like, it was something I had no faith in.
That's how Mr. Pickles came to be.
Yeah. Now, and there is like something that, not to work to get this on theme, not that we have to like stay so on theme or anything like that, but there is something that's very doodly about that, right? Like about just drawing a circle and then being like, well, what does that circle make me want to draw, right? Like, what is that? Is this a face? Is this a wheel?
That's actually kind of like the most fun I have when I'm drawing is when I don't know where it's going. I'm sitting down to draw without an idea. Like you said, like start with a circle and then see what that becomes. Is it a face? Is it a planet? I don't know. That's the most fun. Not having a plan and just kind of seeing where it goes.
Now, as like the creative director at Liquid Death, are you drawing still for that stuff? Like,
Yeah.
How did that start?
Well, early on in Liquid Death days, I was kind of like the first creative help there, drawing the skull logo, doing some writing. I created the mascot. It's Murder Man, the guy with the axe and the eyes for nipples.
And the Liquid Death can for a head, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the second thing that Liquid Death put out was an animated commercial that we made.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I remember writing the script for that, and I was like, I'm just going to write what I think is going to be funny.
Yeah.
And then I sent it to Mike, the guy who started Liquid Death, CEO, and he's like, "Great, I love it. Let's do it." And I was like, "We should tone this down a little, right?" And he's like, "No, I want exactly what's on what you wrote." And I was like, "Really? Okay, cool. This is gonna be fun." So, since then it's been like a little bit of all of that, like basically everything I did for Mr. Pickles in a way: drawing, writing, directing. Kind of fitting in wherever Liquid Death needs me,
Do you remember drawing the Liquid Death skull?
I do.
What was the impetus to draw it's a melting skull, a liquid skull?
Yeah, exactly. So in the early days, this is like late 2017, early 2018, there was a temporary logo on the can. Like Mike had the Liquid Death text. Yeah. And there was like kind of like a pirate ship on there.
Okay.
And one of the first things I was trying to do was like to make that pirate ship theme work by like adding skulls or something to it. It wasn't really working. So then like I just kind of set it aside, and then I was like, I'm just going to draw what's fun. Like we were just saying. Yeah. I'm just going to draw something. Maybe it'll be a t-shirt design. So I drew that melty skull. It's like Liquid and Death, melty skull. I draw these kind of like melty looking, drippy skull monsters anyway. So it just kind of came together like that. I sent it to Mike thinking it was a t-shirt design, and he sent it back to me on the can.
Oh, crazy.
I wasn't even thinking of doing that. He turned the skull vertical, which I originally drew it horizontally. Yeah. And then that's how it came to be.
Well, yeah, it makes sense that it's pouring downward, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this more present than anything you've ever drawn? Like, do you think this is like?
I think it is now.
More reproduced, more like on more merch, on more. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy how it came to be like that. But again, it was like if I had set out to draw the logo, it might not have been this. It might have been something that was too forced and didn't work. But because there was no pressure of drawing a logo, I was just drawing a random t-shirt design in my head. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that made it work better in the end. Who knows? Now
we got a pen and paper for you. So if you want to doodle, feel free. Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm going to doodle also. I have questions I have to keep referring to, but when you doodle, what do you like set out to doodle?
Nothing really. I'll just have the urge to draw, and I'll just start with something. Like it's usually like I'll start with the nose of a skull and then work outward, and then maybe it stays a skull, maybe it turns into like a face turning into a skull, maybe it becomes something else. Or I'll start with the nose or eye of one of my more like, human cartoony looking characters like Mr. Pickles, and then work outward. But yeah, it just depends. Other times it's this or that, but if I'm doodling, that's usually what I'm starting with.
Eyes are fun, right? Drawing eyes, because
that's what I used to doodle the most when like I was in school.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like screwing off, not listening.
Yeah.
I was either drawing like funny, gross looking, portraits of my teachers to try and make my friends laugh, or I was just drawing eyeballs. I don't know why. Eyeballs are just so fun.
Isn't it funny that you probably at some point, like in some class, got in trouble for doodling, right? Someone was like, "Will, pay attention," right?
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of a blur, but I remember one teacher was not happy about the way I drew them. Mr. Bradley, I believe his name.
Yeah. What did Mr. Bradley teach?
I cannot remember. I think this was like middle school.
Okay, so like probably like a range of things. And you showed him, right? like you probably made more money drawing than anything you could have done, you know, listening to fucking math. You know?
I still have the drawing somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it at my parents' house in Virginia recently. Looks kind of similar to my Mr. Pickles characters, but less good. And it's got like paper airplanes flying at him, and like one's like going through his ears, like through his head or something. It's kind of cheesy.
I used to draw really like, I remember I used to just draw like, because I read a lot of comic books, and comic books tended to be like violent, you know? And then so I would draw like violent stuff, you know? And I showed some of my drawings once, and they're like, oh, that's dark. And I was like, no, it's funny. I don't want to do this. Yeah. I just like drawing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like with me. I'm the most non-violent person, you know. I don't at least in my eyes, I don't even kill a fly or a spider, nothing, you know. And but when it comes to cartoons and making Mr. Pickles, it's just funny to see this dog killing people.
Yeah.
You know, it's just funny.
Now you have a son.
I do.
Apollo. Has he seen any Mr. Pickles?
No, he's seen like the image of Mr. Pickles. He knows that I made a show called Mr. Pickles.
Have you broached it? Like he's like, can I see the funny dog show? And you're like, no.
He knows that he's not old enough to watch it, but he has seen a couple clips of things from Mr. Pickles that aren't Mr. Pickles killing somebody. Like there was an episode called The Talent Show where there's like a lady who her face, she has no face. But on her face is on her butt. And at one point during the talent show, she reveals this by like bending over and her dress plops up, and she has this guitar and she just plays this metal song and sings this epic song.
Yeah.
An apologist. He makes me show it to him all the time. He loves it. He's like, can I watch the butt lady?
There's part of you that's like, yeah, this is my son. I'm proud that we connect on this level and that I've created, right? I mean, you gotta be, right? For sure.
He's also becoming a really good artist.
Oh, cool.
I'll have to show you some of his stuff. He's, you know, I don't think I started drawing until I was like 7 or 8. And
yeah.
He started around like 3, and his drawings were better then than I was at 8.
Crazy.
It's getting really good.
Now, did your parents support your fucking around and your drawing and your...
They did. Yeah. I mean, I think they liked the kind of drawings that I would do that I wound up not being very into.
Yeah.
Which is like drawing things to look very realistic and nice. And that, you know, was interesting to me for a little while when I was a kid, but kind of got old and I kind of gave that up and just stuck with drawing what I wanted, what made me have fun, which was like drawing gross. You know, I was very into Garbage Pail Kids when I was a kid and stuff like that, and Mad Balls. And so drawing stuff inspired by those kind of things was what I wanted to do. And I don't think they were as into that, but they were always supportive of my art and always thought that I should pursue it.
It's kind of funny how things like come in waves, but there's definitely like when we were, I think probably if you were in the Garbage Pail Kids around the same age as me. And there's definitely this period in the 80s where they were like, kids should like sick stuff. Kids should like boogers and scabs. and then it like went away a little bit for the 90s, but then it like would like peek its head back and everything, you know, like,
Yeah, I mean, I think I can just tell, like, looking at a lot of like other artists who are around my same age, and it's like, yeah, there was something about the 80s that had this like gross, boogery, bloody.
It's funny because you see it in like movies too, though, because like when everything was like practical effects back in like the 80s and like even like the early 90s before everything like went digital, it was just like so many slimy movies, you know, like so many movies that it was just like, oh, we need a monster. All right, let's just like cover this thing and make it look really wet and slimy and gross.
And all that stuff's so much cooler than like most of the monsters that are in movies now.
Yeah. Yeah, now there's all Babadooks. Babadooks aren't slimy. Fucking black phones. Black phones aren't slimy. I'm gonna get out our next guest to keep this going because I think this is gonna be even more is better with doodling. Our expert today is an illustrator and designer known for his artwork for bands, comedians, TV shows, even sometimes hockey teams. This guy, he's biggest hockey fan I know. He's done the posters for the Meltdown. Great for tons of bands. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dave Kloc.
Thanks for having me, Sam.
You're a pro drawer.
I think technically, but I haven't gotten any better or worse since I wasn't one.
All right, so you've been making posters, the best posters. You made Whitest Kids poster. You made a tour poster.
Yeah.
Probably the best Whitest Kids poster we've ever had. Yeah, and you made all those Meltdown posters that are like part of Los Angeles comedy history now.
I got lucky to be there when it started, yeah.
Yeah. But it's like a thing, like to have those posters means you're like part of the club.
Yeah.
Before that, did you think that you could make a living drawing?
No. And I didn't for a long, long time. Also, you kind of got to adjust your definition of a living to keep yourself satisfied. You're like, well, I had dinner tonight. I'm living.
Yeah, I make a living doing comedy.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean.
But you keep a person alive. You got to check in every once in a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just did it as much as I could until I had an undeniable amount of work.
Yeah.
And then I was like, look, I did all of this. Can I have some money to do it for you? And they'd be like, only because you've asked every day for 22 years.
No, you're a big music fan, and you've got to make some of your favorite bands artwork.
Yeah.
What are some of the highlights from that?
I definitely had a point where I've never really had any goals, which is fun to admit. But I know that when I started doing concert posters, I was like, I want to do this to the point where I can ask my favorite bands if I can work for them and they will respond.
Yeah.
I've worked for big bands that I don't like, and it just doesn't really move the needle because they don't pay well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like, hey, congrats. You get to tell them you did one of these.
Oh, yeah. They're like,
oh, great. That's how, let me get my landlord on the line. Like, hey, I did a poster for Metallica. Like, what do you think? And they're like, fine.
You should be happy to do this for free.
Exactly. You should pay us. You know how many people would want it? But I did one for Modest Mouse, and they were like the band that got me like through my weirdest years as a middle school or high school in like the late 90s. And 9 times out of 10 when you work with a band, more than 9 times out of 26 times out of 27 times, you work with some guy at a merch company.
Yeah.
And the band may or may not ever see your work. But this time I got to talk directly to Isaac Brock, who is the singer of Modest Mouse.
Yeah.
About the work. And that was great.
Did you collaborate? Were you guys like sharing ideas?
When I got the gig, it was like a Sunday, and they were like, this is for the entire tour, and we need it done by next Friday. And I was like, great. You've known about this tour for a year. Way to leave this. And I was like, once I start, I can't stop. So there can't be any like revisions or anything. Like, we got to agree on a design in the next 20 minutes. And then I'm going to work nonstop until you claw it away from me. And they were like, all right, we'll put you on the phone with Isaac right now. to talk about designs. And if he's into it, you can get going. And I was like, okay.
Were you like, what the fuck? Like,
I told my wife I was like, listen, I'm about to make a call that I've like pictured in my head for 25 years.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to be shaking. My hands are going to be wet. And I'm going to say dumb stuff. I need to be alone for this. And I like went out. We have a little camper in our backyard that I draw on sometimes. And I just like sat there, put my hands on the table and put the phone on speakerphone. And I was like, I told my mom, like, don't say anything from the heart. Like, this isn't the time. This is like a business meeting. And I think I did say some stuff from the heart. But it was at the end after everything was taken care of. And it worked out. It was
That's
fun.
awesome.
But I've also like sat there like, I saved his fucking number. I'm gonna call him. I never did.
Can we call him right now?
Absolutely. Now's the time.
Let's put the number up on the screen.
Yeah.
We'll edit it in.
Great. 5555555.
Yeah. And you've got to make hockey posters too.
Yeah. Again, didn't get to work with the team. You know, it's like the players. That puck's not round enough.
Yeah.
The only other band I legitimately am like super excited that I got to work with is a band called Sleep.
Oh yeah,
I love Sleep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I literally, this was one where the bassist singer wrote me, and I immediately called my buddy and was like, I got a prank email from someone as the guy from Sleep. How weird is that? And he's like, what's the email? And I read it to him. He's like, that seems real, dude.
yeah.
And I responded, I even said like, this doesn't feel real. I don't think that you have an email address.
Yeah.
If you're the way I picture you, you don't have a computer, you know.
You're like doing the job. You're like, all right, okay, sure.
Yeah. 10 years later.
This is. Yeah.
But I've worked for them more than anyone
You're
else.
like, oh,
yeah. I'll deposit
funny.
this into a toaster.
You throw it away.
Yeah. Nice try, guys. Yeah. Oh, you printed it on a record? Very cool. I'll listen to it. Crack.
Buying the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, nice try. Oh, looks
fits good.
real.
Yeah. Go to the show.
Here at the show.
This band sounds just like Sleep. Oh. They're selling it at the merch table. Yeah, right, guys. Nice cover band. What is this? Zonked out?
Hey, Dave, here's the guys from Sleep. Oh, cool masks.
Yeah, right.
Very cool.
Yeah, I've seen Mission Impossible 3.
You haven't seen one
No.
through two.
One through two or four through 7.
I've seen Mission Impossible
I've
3
seen number
before.
3, the one with the masks.
What, they're in all of them?
Sleeps in all of them too?
So, did either of you guys go to art school?
I did.
I did and dropped out. But
Cool.
That's
cool.
I went for like 4 years though.
When did you drop out?
On the way up to get your diploma?
Like with 1 year left.
Fell off the stage.
I just kind
I'm not
of.
getting back up there.
I was a painting major, and I just kind of didn't really feel like I was learning much as far as painting.
Yeah.
I learned a lot, with like art history and other things, but
That's cool.
I kind of started getting more into video
Oh,
around
yeah.
that time too. So
I think art school, people always say, like, don't go to art school, just do art.
Yeah.
I think it teaches you how to get shit done.
Yeah.
It's tough to say that it teaches you to be a better artist, but you do learn how you work, especially with the amount of distractions in college. It teaches you how to do stuff.
That's like also, I mean, like you meet people.
Yeah.
You meet people who are like-minded, and it's funny. I was a film major at School of Visual Arts, and I found that like at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with all these other film majors, but then like as the more I went, the more I ended up like hanging out with the fine arts kids, and like was like the guy who was like making videos with the fine arts kids.
Yeah.
And that was like the fun thing was like, oh, these guys are weird. That was yeah.
I definitely wasn't. I didn't have a lot of friends in art school.
Oh.
I had friends outside art school. So I didn't live at art school. They let you leave. But I was a performance art major. So I didn't draw until I was out of college.
Wait, you were a performance art major?
Yeah, I don't even want to get into it. It's not for this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, you can't do that.
I can.
You gotta show us a performance.
I haven't done anything since I was in college. I was basically just good. I made fake PowerPoint presentations.
Oh, that sounds great.
It was great.
That's like really like. Would you like prank? Like it was like a prank kind of thing.
You ever seen the Yes Men?
Yeah.
It was very Yes Men coded.
I never knew this about you.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do with that?
I mean, you make Yes Men, right?
Yeah. Yes, boy.
You know, like you make something a lot like you're sitting here telling me like I just made funny videos and I guess there's not really much to be made with making funny videos talking to two people.
There's no money in funny, guys.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but
when I think of performance art, I think of the sculpture class I took in college around the time I realized I didn't want to go to art school anymore.
Yeah.
But in the sculpture class, they said that I could do video and that would be sculpture.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I did it. But I just remember this one guy was doing performance art, and his performance art was he had shaved off all of his pubes. And in front of everybody, he like played some like classical music track or something and then like wrote poetry with his pubes on the wall. And that was the performance.
Devil's advocate here. You can sit here and go like, what the fuck? But also you can sit here and be like, kind of rules.
Right.
Kind of rules.
I met a dude in art school that I admire deeply. He passed right before COVID. And I think that everything he did was perfect.
Yeah.
He had the best ideas and he pulled them off the best. His name was Jason Poland. He did a weekly drawing group at Taco Bell called Taco Bell Drawing Club, where he just had paper and pens out. And if you came to Taco Bell and you drew, he would make you a laminated membership card, Taco Bell Drawing Club. You remember? That's it. That was the extent of it.
Yeah.
And it was the greatest thing in the world. And he did it all over. He did it in New York, but he also he had a mission to draw everybody in New York. And he put a book out called Everybody in New York, where he drew everybody in New York. He drew, I think the first edition had 35,000 people. And he would take a Sharpie and he had these little sketchbooks and he wouldn't look down. He'd get on the train and he'd draw someone, write the date, but he wouldn't look down. And
would it be like, that's the style? Is that like it's affected by the fact that he's not looking down?
Or he'd like walk through the park and draw 20 people on the way from one side of the park to the other.
Yeah.
Or he'd go to a basketball game and draw everybody at a basketball game, even though they were just dots.
Yeah. Wait, what year was this?
2000. He probably put that out 2010, maybe 2009.
I could be in that book.
Right.
I lived in New York between 2000 and 2010.
I'm in that book. My head's below the Safdie brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which back then I was like, hey, these guys look like Jews, like me. You said they're like me. Like me. I'm also Jewish. But he, in art school, he did, his final piece was you could, for the senior show, you could do whatever you wanted. He got a table in the final gallery, and all year he was advertising an evening with Jane Poland, who was his mom. He took these beautiful shots of her, like promo shots, advertised it the whole year, hired the biggest dude he knew as a security guard. The line for the show was around the block, and she signed headshots. And he just stood and watched his mom be stoked.
Wait, did his mom know it was happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, it didn't say like she did this or that. It was just like, come meet Jane Poland.
What did she do?
Signed headshots and then took off.
She just signed that was the entire thing?
Yeah.
That's really fun.
It was the best. Every idea he had was incredible.
Do you still do other, do you still paint? Do you still, do like...
Yeah, I haven't in a couple of years, but I've been wanting to get back to it. I've just kind of really like leaned more into drawing. Over the years, painting became less fun, and it kind of just felt like something I felt like I was supposed to do because that's what I do.
Yeah.
But I'd rather draw. I don't know, something about drawing is just a little more fun to me. And the Sharpie is easier to control. or if I'm using like the iPad and Procreate. I don't know if you use that.
Mm-mm.
It's fun. But
I wish I did.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like a purist. I just am such a slow learner.
Oh, Procreate is so easy to pick up.
I tried it. I had to put it down.
Really?
Yeah. I remember I thought it was going to save my life, and I had like a really short turnaround on something. And I just needed a new layer. And I couldn't figure out how to do it. And then I was like, I just got to move this one thing. I couldn't figure out how to do it.
I'd say it's worth giving another shot because it has improved my life a lot.
Yeah.
Just drawing on the iPad, because I can just draw anywhere now.
Right. That was the dream.
Here, the thing with the Procreate, not to like get too in the weeds with the apps and stuff, is like it doesn't have like an in-app tutorial or anything like that. Like it's like not intuitive in the actual app. You have to watch YouTube. You have to like look up the YouTube video.
I feel like it's insanely easy to get it. I was I was kind of late to it because I didn't want to learn something new.
Right.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was very easy to get. And there were a couple questions I had, just, ask them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, I like I tried to use it myself, just like, all right, I'm just gonna sit down and use it, and then was like, I guess this is okay, and then realized that like, oh, if I watched a couple videos on YouTube, that like I would get that like, all right, 2 finger touches is undo,
Right.
3 finger touches is redo, like that kind of stuff is like not like so present in the app, and you kind of have to like dig for that a little bit. But then once you start to get that, you get like, oh, I get the basics of how this goes, and that kind of unlocks the rest of it.
Yeah, and I found these, it's like a separate thing you have to buy, but these like pens you can add to it that kind of give it this like, rougher around the edges drawing look.
Oh.
And that kind of like sold me on it.
I need like the starter pack of guy who only does pen and paper trying to save some fucking time.
What's your process when you make a poster?
Pencil sketch, pencil pass, ink, scan, color.
Okay.
Photoshop, where I just mirror an iPad to my computer.
Oh, okay. So still working on the iPad.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm working on iPad with Photoshop. So I don't know any, but I don't know any cool tricks. And like, I don't have any cool brushes. I'm like it's like I'm typing with Arial, basically. I'm just using like the brush.
That's my favorite font to use.
There you go.
Yeah.
Arial Bold.
I'm a Futura book man.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a good one.
What's your favorite poster that you've done?
There's one for sleep that worked out really well. It's a bong rocket. It's really long, and the like scaffolding up to the top of the rocket is just like all these cranes lifting weed up, like nugs of weed, and then loading it into this big carb on the front of the rocket, which is a huge bong, and then it's blasting off.
What's your favorite thing that you've drawn that you've put out there?
Well, I will say I did do a Metallica shirt, which was cool. So it's like this bird beast with a can of liquid death for a head, and he's got like severed heads in its claws.
Dude, yes.
What's the best way to get better at drawing?
Drawing.
Practicing. Yeah.
Is there
making
any
mistakes?
Yeah.
Is there any like people that you like look to that you learn from though?
I've really grown to love R. Crumb, who I got to meet recently.
Oh,
which
you
is
should
crazy.
have started with that.
He had a show in LA, like
I went to that.
yeah, and he was there, and I was like, man,
Oh,
I got to meet this guy. And he got to. My son Apollo got to meet him too, which he doesn't know how special that is yet. But
Yeah.
was he
R.
like
Crumb-
shaking?
he was like, you could tell he didn't want to talk to anybody. So I was like, I try not to talk to him too long, but he was pretty chill.
James Urbaniak.
Yeah.
Played him in American Splendor, right?
What a movie
Yeah.
too.
What a movie.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that.
So at what point were you like, oh, like this is my voice, this is my style?
I mean, for me, it's always changing still. I mean, like things get like more defined along the way. Like my kind of Mr. Pickles cartoony style was something I did from like middle school, but like I would let it go for periods of time and come back to it, like, and then, you know, after Mr. Pickles, it just got more defined. And then, you know, with Liquid Death, I do a lot more. I mean, I do some of that style too, but I do a lot more of like the monstery stuff. So, you know, which I was doing here and there over the years. So it's like, you know, I try not to be defined too much and just, because it's like, for me, whether it's like writing or art or anything, there's something about managing pressure. Like if I put too much pressure on maybe it's just me, but like if I put too much pressure on myself, like this is who I am and this is what I need to be and this is what I need to produce creatively, my work winds up being shitty.
Yeah, totally.
It's better if I'm like, I just want to have fun. So for me, it's like I want to always be evolving a little bit and changing.
You got to be like doing stuff and doing stuff and doing stuff and doing stuff. And then like when something like goes to that next level, it's because you're like, oh, see, there's like a promise here with this, and I can like refine this and like bring that. There's a thing when I'm like teaching sketch comedy classes, not where I say like, you know, like you don't strive to be great, you strive to be good, you know, and like that's like I'm very much like I can teach people how to be good at this, but like greatness comes with like time and opportunity and you know, like it's something that presents itself to you. It's not something that you can like try and nail every time. And that like it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And if you are worried too much about like making the thing that's right in front of you too good, it's never going to be good enough, and you're going to put too much into it, and you're not going to know what that thing is.
Exactly. I definitely think with Instagram and internet and stuff, you can, no matter how you feel about your work, you can find someone 10 times better in no time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So also you can find someone to like completely shit on it in no time.
Right. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. I used to trace the How to Draw Comics a Marvel Way, like a book I think you can find in most people's. Anyone who draws, like, you know that book?
I'm not sure. I never really got into comics too much. I wish I had,
but it was like someone gave me that book as a kid, and then I just took tracing paper and I drew over like characters over and over, and then I could draw those characters. And like, a shoulder, it's a curve, and if you're looking at him from the front, there's a line here, and if you're looking from the back, it's a little different. It's like these tiny little moves anyone can do with a pen. If you know that move, you can draw that thing.
Yeah.
A nose, it's a triangle. Sure. Bop, bop, 2 dots. Those are nostrils. Little line under right there. Slip. It's just cheat codes for everything. And you do them so often, you learn to do it without thinking.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you put all those moves together, you can draw a torso.
Yeah.
You can put it all together, you can draw a face. You can put it all together, you can draw a face looking up, looking down.
Anyone can draw.
I've
always thought that. It's just about like you said, practicing and just observing.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to show you a guy I drew. Here's a doodle.
Hell yeah.
Here, this guy.
I like it.
Could you make a show out of this?
Definitely.
Yeah. This was, I when I was a kid, there was a book that taught me how to do a cartoon Ronald Reagan. And I like kind of remember how to do it, but that's the guy I draw.
That's great.
You guys draw these?
Absolutely. The best warm up in all of drawing.
I got to get back to drawing that.
You can't figure it out.
There's that thing of like, it's like, you're like, oh, it's 6 lines.
Yeah.
And then you're like, how does it? Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever actually drawn that. Have you?
Really?
Absolutely.
Yes, I don't think I ever did. I just saw other people.
Oh, I got to.
Do you want to do one line?
Yeah, let's do one.
Can you show me how to do it?
All right. Here's how you do it.
It's 6 vertical lines, 2 sets of 3.
Okay, 6 vertical lines.
And then another 3.
Oh, I kind of.
This is where the
this
magic happens.
All right, let's do triangle up top. Triangle down below. And I've seen different approaches to this, but then like this is like the important thing. It's like connect 1 to 2 down below, 2 to 3 down below, and then you can go back there if you want.
I wish you blew it at that point. I can't figure it out.
Look at that. Sam just taught me how to draw.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I see?
Thank you.
Could you pitch a show based off this doodle?
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's good.
Awesome.
I kind of want to now.
Before you guys showed up, I drew that.
These are like finding the Zodiac's hidden things.
Yeah.
I mean, pitching an animated show, I mean, really, I'm sure you'll appreciate this, but being a writer, I think it's all about the writing, really. It's when it comes to like making an animated show work, it's really just about being able to tell a story.
So Mr. Pickles was a script-driven show?
From my perspective, in a way, yes. It was a story-driven show with a lot of twists and turns and cliffhangers. But a lot of people will just remember like Mr. Pickles cutting a bad guy's head off and then humping it. And that's totally cool because those are funny jokes in there. But it's really, for me, about the story.
Yeah. But I mean, like I meant that in that there's like the cartoons that are board-driven and there's the cartoons that are like script-first, like shows.
Yeah, very much so script first. But that said, I would do most of the storyboards, and I would add a lot of visual jokes and all kinds of jokes here and there too. Stuff that, like, as I'm sure like you just can't write. You just have to find it. Whether it's live action or you're doing storyboards for something that's animated, you kind of have to find it in that moment of making the thing.
What I just found interesting was our friend Trevor. He was a cartoonist. He actually had a published cartoon.
He was like the first published kid artist or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. He had this book, Scraps, that his dad published and had published for him. That was like a collection of his very Far Side kind of thing. But he also when I met him, he had a comic strip called Cuddy that was still like. When we were in college, he'd be like, "Oh, I have to get in my Cuddy comic strips and send them over to the newspaper."
Whoa!
And but having like later in life, like him as a director of like the Whitest Kids, like of a lot of those sketches, I just felt like it was kind of a superpower of his as a director to be able to draw easily and effortlessly and be like, oh, this is what I want the shot to look like.
That's saved me. I mean, whenever I'm directing live action stuff, which I've been doing more of it lately, that is kind of a superpower. Like sometimes I don't know what I would do without having the boards that I've drawn. I usually board out everything.
Yeah.
And like when I'm not able to say verbally what I want, I can just go, here, look at this.
Yeah. Are people? Have you either of you had this situation where people are like, "Hey, let's play a game of Pictionary"? Oh wait, I don't want to play with you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's cheating.
Yeah.
You have to use your other hand.
By the way, I think I remember Trevor saying he was the youngest published artist or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. And I remember being like, "Oh, haha, he's joking." He was like, "No, seriously."
Is this like
that's how he
there's no
introduced himself
qualifier
to
on
you?
there?
What's that?
That's how he introduced him. Hi, I'm Trevor. I'm the youngest published artist.
That's
Nice to meet you.
Let's see what you guys have come up with.
I got like a Scully guy.
Awesome.
And some like Mr. Pickles style
Use that
characters.
Sharpie like a weapon. That's awesome.
I love Sharpie. I don't know why, it just does it for me. And then I got
Did you ever do
this
like?
guy.
That's great.
Evil double Beavis.
Did you ever have a period where you were like were playing around with like messy lines, or were you always a pretty solid line guy?
Well, actually, my painting style was for the longest time very different than my drawing style. So it was kind of this struggle I was having. There were like two different styles.
Yeah.
And my painting style was to be very loose at first, getting all the colors down. And then I would kind of go in with like black paint or marker sometimes and kind of pick out little shapes and fine tune things. It kind of had this like stained glass look. But when it comes to drawing, it was totally different. Less rough, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dave, let me see your doodle.
It's It's like a pirate with a penis head, and his nose is his finger, and it's going in his mouth, and then his chin is just like a kind of a boner that has a bunch of eyes and shapes.
Cool.
I love it.
One of my favorite artists growing up was a guy named Derek Hess.
Yeah,
Okay.
love Derek Hess.
And he's like the king of don't erase. Just leave all the lines.
Yeah.
So I definitely leaned into that. Like, I don't think any of my teachers knew who Derek Hess was, but I'm sure all my friends are like, nice try, kid. So that was when I didn't touch a pen until my 20s. I was all pencil all the time because I wanted that Derek Hess, like loose, do 10,000 swirls before you do it. And, but then I started using microns and I've erased everything since then.
Your preferred tools when drawing are
Graphic, mechanical pencil, and microns.
Cool.
I have like a duffel bag of dead microns at home.
You keep them all?
Yeah.
Like it's a badge of honor that you've run out of ink?
Yeah, someday I'll do something fun with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you find that, because like my favorite is Sharpie.
Yeah.
But like when somebody asks me to draw something, and you know, just hands me a piece of paper and is like, hey, can you draw something? And gives me some crappy pen.
Yeah.
It takes me so much longer to make it look good. And usually I'm just like, I hate this thing, but I guess they want it, so I'll give it to them. But like, so I'm glad you had a Sharpie, because I don't know. It's like, you know, when you're talking about just practicing and doing the same thing over and over, I can do what I do with a Sharpie way easier than anything else.
Line thickness, line qualities, very consistent.
I find that like as far as like doodling's concerned, that there's certain pens that like bleed a little bit more, that like kind of are like more conducive to doodling, because like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm gonna follow this flow around, and like, oh, this did a funny thing.
Yeah.
And
that's mostly paper too.
Yeah.
That's true. And I kind of like that when it bleeds a little bit and you get these little mistakes that you can lean into.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What's the future of doodling?
I think the iPad. Because I think people doodle on the iPad all the time. Because they can just repeat and start over.
I remember I was at Trevor's house once and he was showing off this virtual reality headset that he had. I remember he showed me that there was this way that you could draw in the virtual reality, and it might have been the only time I've ever tried virtual reality, but I remember it was crazy being able to draw a face and then move around it, and all the lines would like, you know, they become 3D, and I could walk through the face I had drawn and around the back. And that still kind of fascinates me, that experience. So maybe that's the future. I don't know.
Wow, that's also just drugs.
I wonder though, like, do you think that the hardware needs to get there? Do you think it needs to be like cheaper? Do you think like, because I mean, there is something that is like, it's this cumbersome mask that it's all insane. This weight here.
Yeah, I'm not rushing to the store to get that.
Yeah. But like, you're right. There is something interesting about going like that and creating a line in space. But like, it does feel like there's like, we need to come a little bit further for it to feel comfortable to actually have it be like a viable form of expression.
I think the VR thing, I hope, is like a hiccup.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what you do with that, but it was weird.
The only time I do like see it is when people are like showing it off.
Right.
And I think that says something, you know.
I could put one on and barf very quickly.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's the only thing
it works. Get out of it. All right. So doodling. Is it what's this episode called?
Doodling, daydreaming, or
dream jobbing. Daydreaming or dream jobbing?
Day jobbing.
Dream jobbing.
Dream jobbing. I wrote it wrong.
Day jobbing? What the fuck is day jobbing?
I don't know, man. You read it.
I will say, I don't like the term, I'm not in the industry, but I don't like the term day playing.
Oh, yeah.
I always hear that. Oh, I'm day playing on this. I'm like, you're working.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a job. Who cares that it's...
Don't call it playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm a guy who's so sensitive to like people not taking my work seriously.
Yeah.
And like, it's work. I promise.
You guys are living it. You guys at one point were daydreaming, and you guys made that daydream into the dream job. And you guys let your talent take you there, and it's amazing. Hats off to you for that.
We'll keep ours on.
I forgot to bring mine. Will, do you got anything to plug?
Liquid Death.
Liquid Death? Yeah. Drink Liquid Death.
We got a Super Bowl commercial coming out
What?
this week.
Whoa.
Did you do
work on
it?
Creative directed.
Creative? That's
wow.
Congrats.
Helped write it.
How much did it cost?
I actually don't know.
Do you know how much the time cost? The just the like
I don't know the number, but
the
I know it's a lot.
the real estate for the a lot. Wow.
But it's
cool.
going to be for the new energy drink that Liquid Death is
Oh.
doing called Sparkling Energy. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
Very cool.
Wow.
Dave?
I wanted to say the exact same. I might be doing drawings for something that I think is really cool, but if I talk about it, it won't happen.
That's fair.
Don't jinx it.
But
Right, watch this space.
here's what I'm going to say is I think maybe you should promote your site and where people can buy your work, right?
Stuff I've already done.
Yeah.
Dave Kloc, which is KLOC.com.
.com.
And if you like jam bands, I've probably done a poster for one of them. And
Do you like jam bands?
No. I was gonna no, but the fans are nice.
Yeah.
And they honestly the music I can draw whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
I mean, you did some Dead & Co. stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I've done a lot of like from doing Grateful Dead stuff. It's like a ticket to like a lot of odd people being like, dude, you should work with this band. And then I've never heard of them. And they're like, oh my God, they're huge.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, their songs are long.
I mean, long songs I have no problem with. Zero riffs, I have a huge issue.
Okay,
with.
yeah.
What part am I supposed to remember from this?
I mean, this is what I'll say though, is like Grateful Dead, like I like Grateful Dead. But I feel like they're like they have a great like design.
They have a great band name. Their logo is a huge, awesome skull.
It is a great name.
And the way they've had the artists they chose in the early days to do all of their work was so awesome. The Rick Griffin way he wrote Grateful Dead. Every metal band spends more time working on their logo than anything, and no one can touch Rick Griffin's Grateful Dead.
They nailed it. Like you don't have to be a fan of the music to be a fan of what Grateful Dead did.
Right.
It was pretty cool.
Oh, I got something for you. Sorry. I only had one to give away. Maybe
Thought it was a candy bar.
we should hang out sometime. I'll
I would
give you
love
one.
that. Only for giving me whatever you're giving him.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, here you go.
Oh, wow.
It's a knife that I made.
I
Whoa.
I made a limited amount, but I'm gonna put them out soon.
The giving of a knife is a huge deal.
Whoa. What?
Sam, you have to give him something back. I'm serious.
Switchblade.
Whoa. I've never seen one with an actual blade. It's always a comb.
Whoa.
Show it off. Whoa. What does it say on the
That's
blade?
so cool. It says Will Carsola on the blade. And then it's got this
Only that I've
skull
crime scene.
design.
Yeah, I mean, probably don't keep it in your pocket.
Chief?
I'm pretty sure it's illegal, but
I think this one's open and shut.
thought you'd like that.
That's That's really cool.
Always need a switch.
Do you know who's going to love it? Is Wally, my 3-year-old.
Regifted.
Is this legal?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Wow.
So freaking cool.
Well, I brought you a bunch of Liquid Death.
Ah, shit, I should have done that.
Yeah, man.
The like social clip of this episode is just going to be me looking at this knife and going, this is awesome. This freaking rocks.
You got to do a quick cut and then you at the hospital.
Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time.
We should play next time when we play basketball. Let's do it with switchblades.
Jets and Sharks style. Okay. I'm confiscating this. Whole school
The teacher,
thing,
love it.
Teacher, yeah. Sam Brown University. If you're interested in taking sketch classes with me, you can go to sambrownuniversity.com. See info there. If you are watching this and you like what you see, do us a favor and like and subscribe, leave a comment. All that sort of interaction really helps us out. I want to thank my producers, Colin Goheen and Jeff Hengecliff? Hacksaw. I'm biased. Jeff Hacksaw. And my editor, Andrew Michelle. Thank you for watching Sam Brown University TV. Class dismissed.